Hi, everybody. How are you doing? This is Tyra Omilade, your goddess guru. And y'all know I love helping women align with their life purpose using the power of ancient wisdom and the goddess centered lifestyle. Happy summer solstice. I know I actually have a friend who's in the southern hemisphere in Australia. So happy winter solstice and happy Cancer season. OMG, we are here. I hope that this season is starting off strong and beautifully and in a very happy, balanced, harmonious way for all of you all out there. Happy birthday to the Cancerians. Happy birthday or happy new year to all of those who are Cancer risings. You have a Cancer moon. This is your time. And I wanted to come on today and talk a little bit about what does this really mean. For the longest time, I was like, y'all, the solstice is so important. We need to make sure that we are on point for the solstice. But it wasn't until I began to really understand astrology that I better understand how do I work with this time of the solstice. And that's what I want to let you all know about. Let me see who is commenting. I would love to hear it from you. Who's here? Hi, Karen. Welcome. Oh, you know what? I want to tell y'all another thing that I'm celebrating today. Celebrate, celebrate. Oh. Is I have been an Orisha priestess for 7 years. What is the Orisha? If you do not know, this is a tradition that comes out of Nigeria. And it's a spiritual tradition. And a priestess is essentially somebody who has stepped into a higher level of leadership within this tradition. But we use our not all priestesses and priests gonna do the same thing. Some of us gonna be healers, some of us gonna be CEOs. Okay, it all depends. But an initiation is all about opening up that like locked potential. It's about peeling away the layers, opening up locked potential. Not because it's just gonna flow, honey, because we who step onto this path of the priesthood, we know it's work. This thing don't just happen. Like you're going to have to work this priest and priestess muscle, but it really does give you a nice starting point, an initiation, which is what today is. Hello, Kiana. Hello, Crystal, Alafia. So yes, I 7 years ago initiated into the goddess energy. We would call it the Orisha within the Ifa tradition, called Yemoja, also known as Yemaya. I don't care which name you call her. I love this energy. She is the energy of the mother. She is the energy of the caretaker, the provider. She is the waters of all the earth. I know oftentimes we have all these boxes for the Orisha, and I always say you can't put the Orisha in a box. All right. We don't even know the fullness. That's our job, is to figure out more and more and more. But it is taught that Yemoja, she governs the waters of the earth. And how appropriate is it that I was initiated on the first day of summer, which is her energy. She is the same energy as Cancer. And so it was actually a crop of us. That's the way my godparents initiate us. It's not one by one, baby. We're going to all put you in the womb together and we're going to birth you at the same time. So it's a whole batch of us that got birthed on that day, not even all from the same Orisha as me, Yamaja, but it's several of us, many of us that finished our initiation 7 years ago. And then there were some that finished 5 years before. And then the last crew, their birthday is July 4th. So I'll be celebrating with them on July 4th. Yes. So let me just give you some ideas of what you can be thinking about. Why is this day so special? Well, we know just using science that this is the longest day of the year in the northern hemisphere and the shortest day of the year in the southern hemisphere. And so when we have this day, the energy is potent and it is literally a time of new beginnings. For those of us who are here in the northern hemisphere, essentially we're being birthed. It's time to do something new. Yes, I know it's like vacation time. This is how we have been programmed. It's vacation time. It's time to kick off the summer and go sit at the beach and go do whatever we do when we doing our summertime thing. Hi Veronica. Mwah. How you doing, goddess? Um, but and in the southern hemisphere, I have to address this because, like I said, I have viewers who are in the southern hemisphere. When you're at that winter solstice, it's time to put yourself in the womb. You put yourself in the womb so that you can be birthed anew when it's your springtime, okay? Which is the fall for us. For those of us here in the northern hemisphere, which is where I'm going to just keep talking from at this point because I know the majority of y'all up here. What's important for us to do right now is to begin to take action. I know everybody thinks Cancerians are so sensitive and so weak and so meek, but y'all think of what the symbol, one of the symbols for Cancer is. It's the freaking crab. I would love to know anyone who is just like, oh yeah, I just go pick up a crab. Most people are like, ooh, like you got to get some tongs. You can't even pick that crab up because that crab is going to pinch you, okay? Yeah, all soft and squishy on the inside. That's the Cancerians. And that's something that we really need to be thinking about, y'all. We need to be doing some emotional healing and taking this time for emotional connectivity. It's also a time to spend time with our family and just do things. This is one of the reasons where we do want to go and do things that take care, where we're taking care of ourselves. But make no mistake about it. This is a time of new beginnings because when we hit fall, first of all, today or once we get past the sun being, out the longest here in the northern hemisphere, baby, we're in waning phase. We're in waning phase. So it's important. And this is for the collective. We have our own cycles. Let me just say this now. We have our own cycles that have the waxing and waning phases too. And so we just have to learn how to coordinate all of it. But why not going ahead and ride this wave that the collective is on and take advantage of this time where the energy is hot and we're coming off the energy, like we're getting ready to start slowly, but surely the energy is beginning to wane. And what we want to do is produce something, a crop of some sort at the fall equinox. Okay. And those in the southern hemisphere, y'all are taking off. When we're having our fall, you're having your spring, you're taking off. So you need to be chilling out down there, down under. Okay. But for those of us up here where it's summer, we need to be, what is it that you need to start? What is it that you need to begin? Maybe you need to pick up and start doing it again because we're in retrograde season. See, we're not just Mercury retrograde. We already have two planets retrograde. And we have another, if I'm correct, another two planets going retrograde. What? Jupiter might be retrograde too. I can't remember when Jupiter goes retrograde. But anywho, come on, y'all. You might maybe you're like, I can't start nothing new, but I know there was something I didn't finish. So I'm going to pick up anew and continue to work on this thing that I haven't been working on. Okay. So that's something to think about. This is a time of new beginnings. Yes, we need to be engaging our self-care. We need to be getting out at those beaches and those swimming pools and these water parks and doing all of this. But baby, look, we want to make sure that when the fall comes, we have something to show for all of our work. Okay. So what can you start that's new? Something else that I'll tell you that is so important. I am a part of the African American tradition here in the United States, and we just celebrated Juneteenth. So let's talk about what this means. Juneteenth is an ancestral holiday. Well, I see Cancer season as an ancestral time. Cancer is history. It's about studying your family lineage. It's about studying history. So I encourage you to go do something. First of all, spend time with the family that is here. Okay, appreciate your family. I know we all have, some of us got some family members that's very, very special. Like we actually are like, I just wish I could just toss this one and just be done, right? Um, but connect with family. Maybe your friends or your family. It's interesting. Some people, they come and they make their own family. It's about connecting with the people who are like family to you. It's also about studying your family lineage. When was the last time you sat down with an elder in your family and was like, hey, tell me something about the history? Tell me a little bit about your parents or what it was like when you grew up. This is what we do during Cancer. Cancerians are some of the best historians. So make sure you are studying your family's lineage, and maybe you want to do something to honor your ancestors. Hey, ancestors. Hey, ancestors. You know, and a lot of indigenous traditions, the ancestors in ancestral veneration, honoring the ancestors is important because we know our ancestors, they walk with us. This is what my Angelou taught me at my graduation. She spoke at my high school graduation. She was like, hey, you just need to remember when you go apply for these jobs that y'all applying for and whatever it is you're doing, you just tell them, walk up on in here. All right, Aunt so-and-so, Uncle so-and-so, Grandma this, Granddad that, come on up in here with me. And people will say, it's just something special about her. There's something different about her. You know, we got our ancestors sitting around like carving metaphysical apples. Maybe one day she gonna ask us for help. Maybe one day he gonna ask us to help him with that little issue. Like we could help him, but he just won't listen to us. We got our ancestors sitting around waiting to help. We're not even calling on them. Renew your commitment to working with your ancestors during this time. Okay. Cancer season is also a good time to make sure that you are doing a gut check. All right, check out your gut. First of all, Cancerians are in charge of the stomach, or this energy of Cancer is in charge of the stomach. A lot of Cancerians, they got sensitive systems, digestive systems. Cancers, y'all need to be careful with what you're doing. Take care, okay? Because this gut system, the stomach and gut, all this down here, checking our what do you call it? Intestinal flora. We need to be watching what we're eating and making sure that this intestinal flora down here is like, this is good. Doesn't have us craving all kinds of crazy stuff. But you want to eat food that's nurturing. But the other thing about this is Cancers are some of the most intuitive people because Cancer is intuition. It's a water sign. And so, hey, fam, are you in tune with your intuition? Are you checking in and making sure that you are led, guided, and directed by your inspiration and your intuition? Because let me tell y'all something. Logic is only going to take you so far. Intuition is where we get into the land of possibilities. Intuition is where we find the solution. Logic and the rational mind is how we carry it out. We got to have a little bit of both going on here. Okay. Hi, Miscellaneous AB. Hello, Priestess Abagunde. How are you? Hi, Eileen. Good morning. Yes, Regina says, and this is from Facebook. Y'all remember I have Facebook and YouTube. So from Facebook, my mom is a Cancer and she is very protective of us. I'm telling you, Cancerians, don't play. Here's something that blew my mind once I started studying astrology, and I find it to be true in my own family. Cancers are notorious for being in the military. Oh, everybody thinks Cancerians are so meek and humble and gentle, and you think you could just walk over them. Let me tell you something. Mess with their family. They go full crab on you. They go full crab. But they protect the homeland. They protect the homeland. And so fiercely, just like what my priestess sister is saying, fiercely protect. And so a lot of times you will find people with this energy are in the military. My dad is a Cancer rising. My father-in-law, his son is in Cancer. Both of them long-term military careers. So a lot of times you find people who are Cancerian going into the military. So another thing that I'll tell you all is that Cancer in the astrological wheel, when we think about that wheel, the bottom of the wheel is where Cancer is. It's our foundation. And so I encourage you to make sure that you just give your foundation. Like, have you checked your foundation out to find out, do I have my foundational habits or the foundation of my life, like the principles that guide you? Is this foundation intact? Is it strong? Is it producing for you what you want? This is what this time can be for you. Because if you're on a strong foundation, just like we talk about the little pigs, it'll withstand any amount of turmoil or times that are hard where you feel like, I just don't know if I can go on. That's your foundation. It will sustain you during that time. And part of our foundation is, first of all, our emotional, how are we in our emotions? Because let me tell you, our emotions oftentimes will dictate whether we're going to do something or not. That intestinal flora, you'll be saying, hey, I'm about to do this. And that intestinal flora say, no, not today. It's our second brain. It's part of our foundation. We need to be checking on these kinds of things. We need to be looking at our habits. Our foundational habits, see, Cancer is ruled by the moon. The moon speaks to our habits. The moon will dictate so much of what we will and will not do. Okay. But we can cultivate it all. We're malleable. We have the ability to shape ourselves or behave ourselves, but we have to have the right foundation. So that's something else that I wanted to let you all know is important for this Cancerian season. So these are the things that this is what I'm thinking about. I'm sharing it with you all also so that you're in the know. Because see, everybody don't always be giving you all these details. Okay. I've searched for years and years and years. And I said, once I find out, I'm letting everybody know. So happy Cancer season. Happy solstice to you all. I am wishing you an amazing season. Please make sure you go on ahead and get something started. Write it down and watch it happen. But look, let me tell you, you want to write it down because you want to see where are you on this path come the equinox. Baby, what harvest are you going to reap? We need to be thinking about these kinds of things. Maybe your harvest is reaping better health. It doesn't have to be money or stuff. Maybe your harvest is, hey, I'm going to get my house together. I'm going to finally get this thing decluttered. Because let me tell y'all something. This modern society makes us all about having a bunch of stuff. And woo child, we got to get rid of some of this stuff because it's just weighting us down. We can't even make room for something new to come into our lives because we got all this stuff. So maybe you're going to reap at the equinox. Hey, I got rid of a whole bunch of stuff I didn't need. Maybe it's stuff in your environment. Maybe it's stuff in you. Maybe by the time you hit, what season is this? Libra. Maybe by the time you hit Libra, you're walking around free and clear of that emotion that's been weighting you down your whole life. I don't care what it is. I'm just saying, write it down and watch it happen and be intentional. Say, this will happen. I'm going for this because I know this is the main thing I need to work on that's going to take me down the road to get me moving in a quantum way. These are the kinds of things that we want to make sure we are doing. Awesome, Crystal. Awesome. Okay, everybody, I'm going to run a short video today because I am getting ready to take a class this morning. So I hope that y'all have an amazing first day of the solstice. If you're up north, hey, we dancing, baby. Hey. If you're in the southern hemisphere, you might be wrapped up and eating hot soup. All right, love you all so much. Let me know how it goes. I would love it if you come back to this video and let me know, what did you consciously put in motion for today? Or you can even let me know right now. But yeah, let me know. And I look forward to you sharing with you again. Please make sure you like the video, share it with others who may need to know about this. And yeah, subscribe. I will see you all soon. Take care. Peace and love.